Well, I'm now in Beach Hill Preserve, right outside of Camden, Maine. So if you ever make it to Camden, Maine, this is a non-negotiable. You gotta come here and check it out. Built in 14. It was essentially a summer place, a getaway and a retreat. Now it's been preserved and cool hiking trail to come up here. But actually, you got to see just this view. The view is incredible. And as you come across the front of the house, that would be the ocean, or Penobscot Bay. So as you can see, very cool. Anyway, so what am I going to talk about today? Well, today I'm going to talk about something that a lot of people say to me, what do you mean by you're a media agency? Well, I can tell you what I mean by that. Being in a media agency, or being a media agency, is my way of conveying how you have to be someone who is talking about your message, sharing, becoming relevant at scale, and that's doing it through media. And if you're a solopreneur, if you're a founder, you're an entrepreneur, you're an executive, a 10,000 person company, you're a media company. And you have to share your message and what that looks like and what that sounds like to everybody who will listen. And the reality is, very, very few people do it. And perfect example of a story. So, Content Crib 4.0 in Portland, Maine, we had several awesome guest speakers. I mean, a ton of guest speakers that came. And one of those guest speakers was Joe Urban from Zimmer. And he gave a talk about leadership and different things within medical device and things of that nature. Well, my wife was there, and she was in the background, really wasn't even listening to the meeting, doing something else out of the building, actually, completely, and had a friend who has to get a total knee. And she said to me, she goes, you know what? We have to, this person needs to get a total knee, and we have to find, who did that guy Joe work for? And I said, all right, got to be more specific. Joe at Content Crib. I said, oh, Joe Urban, Zimmer. Yeah, she should get a Zimmer knee. Yep, exactly. See what I'm saying? When she said he has to get a Zimmer knee, or she has to get a Zimmer knee, I was like, it just started ringing to me that everybody has got to be a media agency. And if you're watching this, Joe, you know, you do a lot of social media, a lot of posting on LinkedIn, and I know it's working. You know, other people within Zimmer do the same thing. So anyway, this is not a Zimmer video, just a for instance of what being a media agency, what it can do overall for people who are trying to get their message to the masses. And one of the things that's said often, which I kind of scratch my head about, well, I know where it comes from. You know, often we get the, oh, you know what? You know, we got to be compliant. We have to be compliant. I hear this compliant word over and over and over again, and that's just an excuse. I'm sorry, it is just an excuse on every level not to share your message, not to create content. You can easily be compliant. And in fact, if you don't ever talk about anything that you're actually doing within your organization, because I hear that one too. I hear so many people talk about, hey, I work for a company, and yeah, they don't let us do social media. They don't want us doing social media. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you're not allowed to post a picture of your family on Facebook? Well, no, not that. You know, we just have to be compliant in what we do. And I'm like, well, you don't have to talk about where you work. You don't have to talk about your customers. You don't have to talk about any of that stuff. But what you can talk about is things that you do on a regular basis, and talk about, you know, things that you've noticed, business tactics that you use in order to be successful. I hope the bell goes off right then and there to make you think, hey, you know, at this point in my career, I should be doing this. And more importantly, if you're looking at social media as some kind of a burden, or you're looking at social media as some kind of a issue that you're looking at social media as some kind of a burden again, or an issue that you have to deal with every day. I get it. Then figure out a different way for you to share your message. Figure out a different way that you want to share the world what you're doing. Because I'm going to tell you, your competition's doing it. And whether you're in whatever business, whether you're a founder, you're an entrepreneur, you're an executive, you're a physician, you're in product development, and you want to share with the world some of your product development strategy on where you decide your products, or how you look at things, how you shape your thought process, things of that nature. Notice it's very compliant. Then do that. And I'm going to tell you that the world of traditional marketing is so dead. It is dead. I mean, that's 1994. It's gone. And if you're working at a company and your thoughts are, you know what, I'm going to make the most beautiful infographic I could possibly make, and everybody's going to come and buy our products, you are sorely mistaken. In fact, you're wasting paper in doing that. So, yeah, and I can tell you, it's like when I go to a trade show, I just shake my head. I'm amazed these days at these booths that are 3 stories high, and we're basically trolling with candy or some kind of, I don't know what, a pen or a mouse pad, or I don't know what they do. The other little trick is, let's have scantily clad women out front and have them lure people into the booth. Like, come on, it's not a good look, everybody. So sharing your message, sharing who you are, sharing what you do, and enabling people to see your human side is going to be the way that you're going to get people to know you before you meet you. So you don't have to call yourself a media agency. You can call yourself a thought sharing or a thought leadership organization, but do yourself a favor, start today, share something that you want to share, and you're off to the races. And again, make sure that it's something that is close to your heart, something that you want others to see, you want others to listen to, and you want others to benefit from. Because what you want to do in the end is provide value. See it from Maine.